our guest, LM Designs 8 today, speaking to us about building XR experiences for wellness. Yay! Welcome, welcome.
Yay.
And so we'll be going a little later to another environment.
Oh my God.
Where her shirt will be. Where her talk will be. I'm sorry. Could everyone please take a moment to mute your microphones? So that we don't get any background noise. Thank you so much. All right. So I would like to ask you to mute, as it says here on this slide, as we prepare for our event. And you should know that we are recording. And so you should think of this as a public space. Anything you do or say here could be recorded. You could be caught on the Coldplay kiss cam. You never know what might happen. And not just from XR women, but others who are in this environment may be taking snapshots or, somehow capturing what you do here. So just know that you're in public. And we do understand that sometimes, your controllers decide to take a mind of their own and, send you wandering across the space. And sometimes you inadvertently hit something or another that will put you in a place you didn't intend to go. But do try your best to control your avatar and respect everyone's presence in this space. And do also respect the opinions of our speakers. These opinions do not necessarily reflect the opinions of XR Women as an organization or any of the individual members of the XR Women team. And we ask that any disagreements that you have are addressed politely, respectfully in the Q&A portion after the talk has finished. And you had the chance before we started this portion of the session to meet and talk with some others. Please do make a point of connecting. That's a hugely important part of what we do here at XR Women. We help to build community. And so take advantage of this opportunity of being here with the others in this space. And part of the reason for that, forming that community, is to use this technology to make the world a better place. We have many supporters and partners, and we're really grateful to them. That includes Engage VR, who hosts this lovely, lovely space for us here. And many others who are an important part of our story. It really does take a village to make XR Women happen. And I'll also just give a little shout out to our student chapters. We now have 3, Ringling College of Art and Design, Savannah College of Art and Design, and the XR Girls Africa from the Africa VR Campus and Center. And we have a few new members joining today from the U.S., from Singapore, and from Malta. And I believe that Dee Cheney Jones may be here in the audience. I spoke to her earlier, and she said this was her first time here. Dee, if you're here, if you've come back, can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the group?
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm Dee Cheney Jones. I'm from the UK, but I'm currently in Malta. I work with engagement and experiences for culture and heritage. And at the moment, I'm exploring storytelling in immersive spaces. And I run the Cultural Futures Hub over on Spatial. So it's really nice to be here and meet everybody tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, we'd love to hear more about that Cultural Futures Hub in Spatial sometime. So please reach out and let's learn more about it. Is there anyone else who is here for the first time and would like to introduce themselves?
I am.
Okay.
I would be glad to introduce myself. I'm here for the first time. My name is Timur.
Yes. Right.
My name is Timur. Yeah. I'm very glad to be here, and it's very interesting for me to know to realize what you're doing the way you, as you said, trying to make the world better. So this is also my purpose. And
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Israel, by the way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. And can you tell us how you found us, Timur?
Well, I'm a PhD student, and I'm using Engage for the last 3 years. Today at 8 o'clock, if you would like to stay with me, I open a session, an event, and my first time I open it for the whole people who participate in my research. And I don't know who is going to come. So I know Engage through you for a while, but today I said I'm going to see what you're doing and to try.
This is great. Fantastic. Yeah. So you discovered us in the Engage Events menu. That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. By the way, you put a button for the for your Frame VR environment, and another button for the site. But the site, I guess you confuse and put again Frame VR. So I would be glad to know what is your site and whatever. Well, I'm here to listen, and I guess it won't be the last time I'm here.
Okay, great. I hope not. Yes, our website is xrwomen.com, so it's pretty easy to find. I'll check on that button later and repair it. I'll see what's going on with that. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Very much.
Sure. Yeah, always good to have new members. And so we just mentioned the XR Women Museum, and which is now being run by Paige Dansinger. And so we've got some very exciting things coming up later this year. But right now, you can still catch, not for long. So I really urge you to go to framevr.io/XR Women Museum, where you will find an exhibition of the work of Juliana Lowe. She's an amazing artist, and you really get a view into her artistic process through this exhibition. It's very, very cool. And so please pop in there, explore the space, and see Juliana's show before it leaves. It won't be there much longer.
Thank you. I just want to share, I just share a moment that before Juliana's exhibit leaves, we will host a closing event. Please stay tuned for details and the date.
Okay, great. Thanks, Paige. Yes, we don't want to forget that. And now I'd like to turn things over to my colleague, Julie Smithson, for our Motivation of the Week.
Yeah, thanks, Karen. Thanks, everyone. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm here to present the Motivation of the Week. And we've had in the past couple of weeks, I've talked about building more collaboration with the next generation to ignite that spark of innovation. So this week, the motivation is a reminder that real progress happens at the intersection of diverse people, diverse ideas, technologies. And so the message today is to bridge your ideas to build that impact and unite the people you're surrounded with. Maybe it's academia or industry, communities like this. Myself, I'm a part of several different communities, and I'm trying to, share some of the ideas from one community to the other for knowledge share. And through co-design and collaboration, every connection that we are together, that we start to form, is a stepping stone towards exponential innovation and immersive education. So the message here is keep leaning into those relationships that you've been cultivating, and partnerships, and your ventures and your integrations and networks, and build those bridges and turn them into a powerful united force for change. So that's my message to you and the motivation of the week. And the last part is something that I actually did for the first time myself, and a message that Karen was saying, like, we want you to connect with other people. And for the longest time, I haven't connected with everybody here on my in this ecosystem here in Engage. So if you didn't know, or if it's your first time in Engage, if you go to your tablet, you have a button that allows you to go to connections, and you can actually connect with people and become friends with them. So I know we've got multiple places where we connect and we send messages and stuff like that, but this is a place where you're connected with people and engage. So it's a great place that you can go back and go, oh, who am I friends with again? Who did I connect with on that Wednesday? I have no idea. And our profiles are in here. So it's really important that we stay connected, and that will help us bridge these ideas and build better impact on an exponential growth. So that's all for now. Thanks, everybody. I hope everybody has a great week, and take that message and motivate you to bridge more ideas and collaborate together. So thanks very much.
Great. Thank you, Julie. But thanks for the reminder about the connections feature here in Engage. You'll find it. There's a little people icon. It's got like 3 people at the bottom of your tablet or your menu. And yeah, it's really good to make use of that. It can be quite helpful. And thank you too for the motivation, Julie. It's always good to be inspired. Okay, so we have at XR Women entered into a partnership with the XR AI Hack, and there is a hackathon taking place in Cologne, which is the kickoff for a world tour. And there is a $10,000 prize pool. And we've got details on how you can join. Now, if you are a member of XR Women, and I hope you all are, you would have been given the option to join our Slack when you signed up. And I hope you did that, because that's a place where we share a lot of information and opportunities, such as this one. You can go to xraihack.com to find out more information and to apply to join the session in Cologne, but there will be others later. And again, do stay in touch with all our news and updates on Slack. If you didn't manage to get on there, let one of us with the crowns above our heads know, and we'll help you get there. And so another thing that we do on our Slack is that we organize our game night, usually on Thursday evenings, U.S. Eastern Time. And so that will be tomorrow night. One of the things we do most often is to play Walkabout Mini Golf, which is super fun. If you've never played it before, you should. It's a blast. You do need to have an account in Walkabout in order to be able to play, but it's a great way to get to know other members of the community in a different kind of setting, and it's just super fun. If you join our Slack, look for the Activities and Games channel, and that's where you'll find information about these Thursday evening events. Now, next week, we're going to be in a different platform, and this is Verbella Go. Some of you may be familiar with the Verbella platform, which is an app-based virtual space, but they have recently put out their web-based platform, which is called Verbella Go. And we have a whole island there with buildings, with offices, with a campfire, a lot of different places that we can make use of. And it's super fun. And we're going to set it up for a speed networking event a week from today. So please join us there. Now, for this event, because Verbella Go has not officially been launched yet, we're getting a behind-the-scenes peek and early access. You do need to register in order for us to send you an invite to create your account. There's a QR code here you can scan, And again, we will be posting information about that on our Slack. And it should be in our newsletter also, which will go out again on Tuesday, thanks to Christine here. So when you joined, if you clicked the button, there's a little box that you can tick below your email address that would allow us to send you your the weekly newsletter, which gives you all this information about where we're going to be. So we hope that you can connect with all of the many opportunities we have to offer, and we hope to see you next week in Virbela Go. And then after that, I think we're going to skip a week. We might be doing something else on the 13th. So stay tuned for that. But then on August 20th, we'll have Alexandria Cuellar talking about why representation in VR matters, my journey, my culture, and my mission. Oops. Oh. That was interesting, right, Julie? Let's see what happens now. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning of our presentation and it's funny because we've had a problem.
That's so
with
interesting.
This.
What slide was that? What slide was that on, Karen?
It was the one with Alexandria Cuellar.
Oh, so strange. Okay, that must be embedded in a couple of different places. Then that's so strange.
Yeah, that's a picture
of
our community member.
It's not a bad picture. Trish is becoming our poster child.
Yeah. She's our poster member.
Yeah, poster
that's
child.
Trish Giannakis, who's had she's had a show in our gallery as well. But now it's time to turn things over to Paige, who will introduce our guest speaker, or take us to the new location and then introduce you all to our guest speaker. So Paige, turn it over to you.
Thank you, Karen. I'm so excited today to welcome LM Leia. And before I give an introduction, I will bring us over to our new place that we'll be visiting today. And we will all teleport together. I will give a countdown. We'll be entering the Egyptian throne room for a beautiful presentation by Leia. So join me as we load. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Loading. Please give it a moment.
Ooh, this
Thank
is cool.
You. Thank you. We should. I don't see all of our IFX loaded in yet.
It's okay. This is cool.
Okay. No, there should be many in here. I'm really nervous. Okay, more are loading in. Let's see. There should be more things here. Leia, thank you for your patience as hopefully things are loading. Okay, thank you. I'm hoping everything loads before, and if not, I know where everything goes and I will add them. This makes me a little nervous that I did it wrong. Does anybody see a chakra dome right in the middle here?
Yep. Oh, where? Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you see it. It's me and
Yes.
my Wi-Fi that might not be behaving. Okay, great.
Oh,
okay.
now I see
as
it.
long as everyone
Wow.
else can see all the assets.
And the
Wow,
Leia,
shield.
they're super
Do you see
cool.
everything?
Amazing.
Okay, we should let Paige do the introduction so we can
Okay.
we can kick off.
Wonderful. I'll invite you to the throne area. Great. And let me grab my tablet for my introduction. Thank you. Members of XR Women, please join me in welcoming Leia, also known as LM Designs 8, a visionary XR and Web3 artist I first met at BitBasil. It's been a joy to collaborate with her on this presentation and to include her work in the upcoming XR Women exhibit, She Who Codes, AI and the Aesthetics of Belonging, opening in September. Leia integrates augmented reality, healing auras, wearables, Web3 technologies, and the power of infinity to create immersive experiences centered on wellness, intention, and transformation. And you can follow her inspiring work on Instagram like I do at lmdesigns_8. In her talk, Building XR Experiences for Wellness, Leia encourages her and shares her creative journey and explores how XR can teach and inspire healing practices and how these technologies can shape the foundations of future well-being. I'm so excited to welcome her here today. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome to Leia.
Woohoo!
Leia, thank you. I have your presentation loaded, and you take it away, my dear friend. Now, if you're not a speaker, I'll ask you to please mute.
Hello,
Have we
you
got
beautiful-
Leia's audio?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, there's. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here with me today. My name is LM Designs 8. LM is my initial, Designs is what I do. 8 is my favorite number, but in this instance, it is the infinite of me doing these designs. I'm a multi-dimensional healing artist, and I am here to share how I embed what I do from the physical, digital, back to physical and immersive and beyond each and every one of you today.
Leia, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. We're having a little bit of audio feedback. Would you like to try those speakers again or check the connection?
Is it still happening?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I was messing around.
Can we do an audio check-in, Leia, with you?
Yes, I to switch the audio.
Are you using headphones or no?
Yes, I'm in the headphones.
Maybe take out your headphones. Let's hear what it sounds like without headphones. Did we have audio before from her?
Yes.
Like clear audio from?
We did. And then we also were here the other day and had flawless audio without headphones. Yeah.
Okay, so now she doesn't have headphones. I'm gonna mute and you mute Paige and let's hear what your audio is.
Apologies. Is it better now? Wonderful. Okay, we'll do it this way.
Wonderful.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll get right into it. I am Ellen Designs 8, and healing art from the physical to the digital and beyond is what I do. And Paige, how do I turn the slides?
I will forward your slides.
Okay.
You can turn towards me or say next slide, please.
Next slide, please. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. So a little about LM Designs 8. I am from Virginia. This is the place that I was born and raised. I have been in the performing and digital arts using the various things that I've learned about arts and growing up in the DMV area to further what I've wanted to get out of my mind and have had in my mind for so long, and now is the time to be experiencing all of these things. So I'm able to bring to life the various things that I have encountered along my path, along my journey. I started out in Web 2 and very much inside of doing graphic design work and various things. So I began in print and such. That was where I began to see the connection of paper was not just paper, PDFs were not just PDFs. There was something more about the interactive, and there was something there that I wanted to draw out. And I was seeking to find how to push what was not available to us yet, but I just knew was coming. Next slide, please. There are various notable moments that I have encountered along my journey since entering into Web3. And it has been a beautiful, beautiful journey getting from where I started to where I am going to be and where I have grown into being. So starting off, I started not knowing what Web3 was. My best friend's husband was like, hey, yeah, you know, you do art and digital stuff. Why don't you just make it an NFT? And that was on a phone call that I was having, just having a girl talk. And I was like, what does that even mean? So then, of course, I had to look up what is an NFT. I came to understanding that the best place to find out about these things was Twitter at the time, you know, X, we call it now. But I went there and I was trying to understand what this was. What did this mean? What was the change in art and how was it going to impact my children? Because they were going to be growing up in an era that was very different in how we digest art and things of that nature. I have a 6-year-old and a 16-year-old. So for me, I was like, okay, I got to learn some things right here, right now. So I was able to start and begin listening to and hosting the Jam, which was a space that enabled me to really activate my voice power and start using and thinking of myself in other ways than what I had. I knew that I had a healing toolkit at the ready for myself, but I didn't know the power of sharing it out or what that meant until I tried it. For so long, I had been avoiding using my voice power, taking the stage in forms that weren't dancing, because I could dance in front of anyone, but if you ask me to speak, I'm dropping the course. I was a master at dropping every speaking course and finding a workaround so I didn't have to do it. Until I got to ESI, where I had to do it to get my PMP certification. So I had to teach dance in order to make myself not nervous in that moment. And then from there, once I got everyone moving, I was able to give my presentation. And afterwards, I got wonderful remarks and everything, but it was so nerve-wracking and I couldn't understand why. I have so much voice activation, and these tools help enable me to be more comfortable in doing that. And it wasn't something that this wasn't there at the times that I was ready for them. So fast forward to the blending of it all, coming to places and spaces that allowed me to activate my voice and also bridge and beam about the technology that I love so much and that is so powerful and impactful if you use it with intention. So various things happened along my journey to take me to these places and spaces and enabling me to be able to see what it is that I needed to share out, what it is I had to share out, and that was part of it. So there's a variety of different things, next slide, that went on during the course of my journey. And one of the most wonderful things was becoming a member of the Spatial Guides. I was able to see and use something that I knew was going to be powerful to everyone, because you could meet anyone and everyone where they were at, whether or not it was web, whether or not it was in a VR headset, whether or not it was on your mobile device. And I was like, that's it. We don't have to be isolated to, do you have a PlayStation? Do you have an Xbox? We can connect with people on a broader, wider, that is what we wanted scale. So I was excited about what Spatial had to offer. And then they allowed us to play in all of the ways. We were able to build inside of Spatial the things that we were working on. And since I had been working on wellness and had downloaded Blender and was like, I can do 3D. What? The power of 3D assets. If you give me a GLB, I will show you a magic. That was all able to be brought together in a space like this, where I was able to share off and show off, but also be able to have people walk in and immerse fully into the art that I was creating. And I was blown away by the power of that. So being able to be one of the first people to bring wheelchairs inside of Spatial, because it's not just about being able to do cool things with the things that are there. It's about everyone seeing and feeling you are here. There is an essence of you that can be brought everywhere. You are your energy. So if that is something that you have and want to have that as a teleportation or a transportation, then it should be accessible to you. I want inclusivity for everyone. I want everyone to see themselves in all of these places. With these technologies, we are able to activate ourselves, and these things can be done in so many different ways. So the request was put to me about why isn't there or is there wheelchairs inside of Spatial? And at the time there wasn't. So I was like, well, that just means we make. If it isn't built yet, we make it. So learning how to do the different things with the SDK and the toolkit and the power of Spatial, and really seeing how it was to be community, coming together weekly, partying, learning how to build together, learning how to code together. It was very impactful early on in my journey along 2023 and things of that nature. I was building out metaversal realms, and the things that you see here are a culmination of years and years of physical to digital that I have been putting together with these different things. Some of the different chakra symbols that you see started off from my Cricut days when I was back in printing t-shirts and making things in my own physical way, because I have lots of different things. I am part of the SIN community. I have various physical limitations that I was refusing to see as just that. I was changing them from what they were to something that was giving me power. I was learning about what I could do beyond just, okay, I'm having a back spasm, I'm having a Lyme flare day, I can't really move out and do the things, and this physical isn't keeping up with the things that I want to do, but there is other things I can do. And so creating worlds and creating realms where people can find their pockets of peace, where people can delve in and just have a, I just need to breathe moment, is a beautiful thing. And that is something that I was drawn to. So next slide, please. I was also involved with Over the Reality and creating these meditation spaces and pockets, not just on Spatial, but Over the Reality, geotagging them to places that I knew people were walking by. Like, I used to frequent the metro, and I would drop meditation portals right where people would be getting off of the metro, where the pop-up shops were, so that people could walk into moments of, you can just breathe here. On your way home, you can just breathe. So these were various things that were happening, all because of the technology and blending it with the healing and the intention. So I was able to get, and through that, share out and learn that there were so many other people doing these amazing things. And in 2024, I took to NFT NYC, and I was able to share out in 2023 and 2024, back up to 2023, using the technology, I brought to life the Tezos community art gallery that was being showcased there at the an off-site event for New York. And I was not ready to take the stage in 2023. So I was like, how do I activate something, but, show up, but still be able to be myself and be comfortable? So I brought different art pieces together, and if anyone goes to my link tree, it is embedded within there, the Tezos Gallery, where it still lives today, but using eighth wall technology, I used image triggers and QR codes to augment reality, the world, their art. So we had 360 spheres of their art and different forms that allowed you to walk through their art. That allowed you to see it in the AR. Using those same assets, I built out the world within Spatial, which you can toggle into the AR mode. So all of these things are built on the assets that we create. These assets can go everywhere. Interoperability starts and begins with us, and that was something that I wanted to share out. So by 2024, when I was taking the stage and sharing out the different things that I knew about what I was creating and how images were not just images, but beyond that, you could go so much further, and whoever wanted to go to the depths of your art was allowed to immerse themselves fully. So bringing to life the different AI that I had been coming to collaborate with was such a wonderful and powerful thing, because I looked at AI as a way to expand the things that I was already doing, not something to be fearful of. So I approached it with curiosity and blended that together with the things that I already knew. If you put a technology in front of me, give me enough time, I will find how it blends with what I am, with what energies I bring to the table. And it was all based in the healing. So in 2024, I actually had to use my infinite breath space that teaches 4-7-8 breathing technique to actually take the stage. I was about to have a full-blown panic attack. I was like, this is not, oh my goodness, there's all these people. How am I doing this? So I popped into the room while walking down the street to the Javits Center. And it was wonderful to just be able to be like, okay, I had my moment. I have my moment of peace. Now let's take the stage. Let's talk about the things that we are passionate about. And everything melted away in that moment. And it was wonderful to be able to put in practice and put in real time use of the things that I knew that were helpful to me. And then I could share that out. When I returned to the jam the following week, I was like, y'all, I almost lost it. But guess what? I popped into a world and it helped me out. These technologies, these things are around us, and you will find that there's so many people creating with these technologies, and we should really be speaking on it more. So next slide, please. I was able to go to Bit Basel, where, thank you so much, Paige. I was able to meet you and was introduced to the amazingness that is all of this. And I have to say, I am a first time here, so I will definitely be needing to know how to connect and save each and every one of you. But I do want to say thank you so much, Paige, for introducing me to a wealth of worlds of women and people and creatives who are interested and like-minded and growing what we are doing here. It is so powerful. So I was so excited to do things. And coming into 2025, I knew I was going to be doing more. So I was able to activate inside of Washington, D.C., one of the world's largest non-drinking, non-alcoholic festivals, Mindful Drinking Fest. It was phenomenal to see people for the first time using QR codes, hopping into the VR headset, seeing Spatial and experiencing a world that I had built out based on bringing playfulness back into and being an activation and a pocket of joy, a wellness that we can do, and a wellness that adults should practice more. So being able to do this wellness activation with Dr. Vivid, who is an amazing, phenomenal individual who will always, always push the wellness first and foremost. So being able to do that with her was such a powerful and changing, pivotal moment for me, because I was like, well, that's it. Now this is all I need to do. I need to focus on showing the activations, sharing the activations, and including each and every one of you in this journey. So for me, I was able to do that through filters and through immersive play and activating and bringing people's art to a new dimension. That was the best part of everything that I've been seeing and been doing. And you can just keep on going through the slides page, because I do realize that there's more. So you can just skip on through. Yep, there, and go to the next one. And this year I was able to, not only through the power of being part of Choice and One Love Art DAO, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of them, I was able to, in the physical, bring together my paintings, my artwork, and show also how the 3D happens and scan people inside of the last lap. It was amazing. And then pop them in world. So they saw themselves. They saw that reality is what we are making it and the power of that. So from my various clothings, you can go on to the next slides. And the next one, I have a lot of different artistry and forms. And it all starts from physical, different things, different patterns that I make. And if it's not something that I've created solely myself, you can go to the next. it is something that I am collaborating with these technologies and tools. From wearables, from filters, from various things that you can dive into, swim through, either in the physical, digital, wear my jewelry. These things are all activated because I sit and I meditate, I make my own paint pour patterns, and then I immerse those throughout all of the different assets that you see here. I want people to be charged and heal in the places and spaces that they are. I want to meet people where they're at. And AR, XR, MR, this gives us the ability to do that. We are making new realities by coming together. This moment here right now is a moment that is being created, and we did it harmoniously because we are all interested and our energies are pulling together for the wellness. So moments like this and capturing them is a whole nother level of reality that I want people to be aware of. You can create such beautiful moments and have them live on beyond just that moment by creating and coming together in these forms with technology and art. So you can wear my outfits, you can literally wear the drip, you can go to the next slide. I have a lot of various things, but most fun is the filters. It's fun to wear yourself, wear creativity, and you can dive into them through various forms. And I like everything to be standalone if I can. I do build with inside of TikTok, with inside of YouTube and IG, well, previously IG, but I do like most Snap because I am able to create these lenses that go beyond and stand alone. And you can keep going, Paige. Thank you. You are powerful beyond measure, something that we should always be reminded of. And so I was creating these affirmation wallets that had various affirmations that I would use just for myself. And I was like, you know what? This might work for someone else. This might be powerful for someone else. So I found and created different NFTs because I wanted to learn how to do the smart contracts. I was around when Hickok was still a thing. And then when it died, I wanted to know what that meant. Where does the artwork truly live? So I became very versed and knowledge about how all of the things are mirrors and how they live, where the assets live, how to gain access and knowledge of that. So IPFS, knowing where I can actually pull the URL and the coding became something I was curious about, because embedding those URLs into different forms, into different places, using the XR, geotagging it, becomes another layer of power for the creators. We are able to get people to access our content and really live and dive into our content. And you can keep going through the next slides. You can keep going. I build out various metaverse experiences. I don't see anything in the 2D anymore. Everything is beyond that. It's 3D or immersive and beyond. So if you ever want to check out any of my NFTs that have gone from my physical canvases, my sound bowl meditation turned into NFTs, become a whole world that you can meditate in, do yoga in, or wear any of my created outfits, avatars, and pick up LM Design's 8 Delights. You can pop into Infinite Breath, which is on Spatial. I have 2 avatars that are in the Spatial store, 2 accessories, attachments that are in the avatar store that you can get. It is the crown and root chakra. They are auras that you can wear universally around Spatial, and I have a lot of different auras and different things that you can wear universally. If you pop in World, there is a set of butterfly chakra flies is what I call them. You can try them all on, and one of them goes home with you as a gift for popping in World. And you can continue, Paige. And we're gonna skip on through. Yes, this is where you can see lots of different things that I've created. You can go to the next one. This is the auras that I was talking about. In the future, I plan on taking stages with my spoken word, speaking engagements, and festival activations. I'm a huge believer in collaborations, and they are the way, and I am always open for commission work across all mediums that I do. There is so much that we can create when we intentionally blend art and technology. The future for LM Designs 8 is further promotion of healing through these immersive experiences and sharing that the future is now. So thank you all for moving into the future with me. Each step, for being here, for sharing out what you do, for your enthusiasm about what comes next, because that is what fuels what comes next. Yes, there will be the mass adoption, but before that, we must create a place and a space and a haven for others to come. So thank you for coming along my journey with me and sharing out all of this. This has been amazing. And like I like to say before I leave any space, any stage, love self, love others, and love often. And I want to open the floor up to any questions you might have.
Wow. Great. It appears that we have lost Paige. She might be back in just a moment, but if anyone has any questions for Leia, please unmute and ask away. Fascinating talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yes, if when she pops back in, you guys can, I know you all saw the assets, but each one of those are things that you can walk through. And again, it's collectively, none of those were done within the same year, but they all have the same cohesiveness. So yes, please ask me any questions you have.
Yeah, Leah, I'll go ahead and ask one since no one else is jumping in. So I'm quite interested in the way you work with VR platforms like Spatial, but also with augmented reality, and in particular using 3D geospatial technology, which is something that we are becoming more and more interested in, right, Julie? And so because it seems like we think of those things as being separate or apart, but you're doing both. You're kind of finding a way, finding the intersections of them, finding a way for them to work together. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, definitely. These things are, yes, it's all about where they overlap. And so when we think of how to experience something, you have to think of the different modalities. And when you do that, you realize that there is no separation of the creations. It's just certain things will allow you to be able to toggle through something easier and in a different way, in a different format, but all are necessary. So I find it easiest to start with building the augmented reality side of things, where the files are the smallest, most condensed, and then work bigger, because downsizing, it can be tasking. But it is easier to go smaller and think large scale. So thinking of the world as your canvas is what helps with my spatial and VR development, because when I am looking at the world around me as the canvas, people are like, oh, it's side of a building. I'm like, no, the entire sky. Okay, so we're going to use the buildings as the things that are the props, the tools that will create the shadows amongst the artwork that is the backdrop. Then you're thinking of it in another way. You stepped back from the magnifying glass a bit, and then you zoom in and you zoom out, and you can adjust your perspective for the technology that you're using. Not everyone, if you're talking to the children, they're like, y'all in these headsets, y'all are goofy. That is true. I mean, they will keep it 100 with you. They are going to be more into the frictionless, yes, it is tech, but it is not so overwhelming and overbearing. And so for me, I think about it I know that there is a power to just being in VR. I know that there's a power to the AR. For me, that's why I love XR the most because it brings people to the physical side of things. It will push the get out and touch some grass. While you're touching that grass, watch magic appear around you. And that is truly powerful. Currently, while this is going on, art outside is going on, and that is development that is happening in the AR that is using Illust to geotag these experiences that people are going to scavenger hunt through and walk through, that is bridging physical and the art. And it's bringing us together internationally and globally. So we are beyond space, time, and everything else. So these are the things that are, yes, the culmination. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that was great. Fascinating. Thank you so much.
Are there any more questions?
Thank you. Currently, what I am wearing is from Engage. I cannot take any credits for these, but oh, the assets aren't in here anymore. But yes, if you go to my Linktree, the Ready Player Me app that I have that is on my Linktree, it actually has my wearables that are my physical wearables that you saw inside of my picture, and also that you can wear that is a canvas painting. And that canvas painting is AR triggered, so it does an animation for the collectors of it. So yes, it's all layers. Layers, you can blend it and dive into where you want to, because some people just want to still, other people want to feel the sound bath and hear the spoken word that is the animation that plays from the app that I create. So thank you.
Leia, I'd love to thank you for your incredible passion. There's nothing like hearing a creator speak from the heart and hearing your journey, what's next, and how really affirming our technologies, our tools that create limitless opportunities for well-being, connection, and community building. Today, you shared with us not just your journey, but almost a blueprint for living mindfully and well, and with the passion of life that we all deserve. So as I turn inward to myself and towards our community, if you've ever felt burnout or the indecision of what to make next, think a little bit about the passion that you've heard today about from Leia, and just remember that you are infinite. There are no rules, no boundaries, and your journey is beautiful the way it is. Thank you so much, Leia. You gifted us something meaningful and tangible today. And by sharing your passion, I hope that everybody walks away today, or teleports or flies away with a little bit of Leia's love for immersive technology.